Hi guys, Chris here from Azon Christmas Cash. Got another video for you here, and in this one I wanted to just do a recap or go through a few things, a few tips that will help you get the most out of Amazon sites if you've built some or if you've had some built for you, and go over some tips that I believe will help. Now, as a disclaimer, with your sites, so once you've got them built, the main thing is getting the sites up and out there initially. I've tried to keep that current all through Azon Kickstart, the entire courses. The main thing is getting the sites up and out there initially, because we're not going to start off with an authority site. Now, the other big reason for that is, no matter how good a niche looks initially, again, there's no way to tell how well that niche will sell for you specifically. And I know, sorry if that sounds a bit like a redundant point and going over stuff that you already know, but of course a lot of factors come into it. Where we're placed in Google, how many visitors we get through to the site, how strong your calls to action on the site are, how much traffic you're getting through to Amazon, and then of course sort of miscellaneous things like whether they're actually buying, whether the product's actually selling well, or whether they buy through your link within, I think it's 24 hours. So there's a lot of different things that go into it, which is not a down point at all, but which is why your main aim should be to get as many sites out there as possible, as quickly as possible. Now, I'm not saying that they have to be really shoddy quality or anything like that, but I'm also saying that it doesn't matter if they're not 100% quality. Again, not initially, because I'll go through a few things. Let me just show you, I'm on sort of, you can see the Google search results here, and I'll show you a really good example of that. This is the example site ranking Best Projector for Gaming 2014. And I decided to do this video just to give you a recap, because I've released a lot of courses, because we're sort of moving on to the Christmas stuff, so we're sort of changing the stuff I teach in Kickstart because we're taking advantage of the Christmas crowd. We're building sites for really popular products, so nothing's changed there, but we're building just one site per product for the Christmas crowd. Now, the way, I mean, you can do it either way, not to over confuse things, but if you were to build your Christmas sites and you were to put a few products on them, that would work well. The only reason we're just doing the one product is to make absolutely sure that we get ranked, and we know that pretty much any product's going to sell really well at Christmas. So that's a really big part of it. But I'll just show you this site. So you've got the Best Projector for Gaming one, and let's click on it. And you can see this is just a 2-page site. I wanted to explain, because I get a lot of questions about it, and rightly so, because even if you create all these courses, people are obviously going to have questions, and as you go through, the main thing is getting into a role of creating the sites. And the greatest thing that will stop you is when you think, oh, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. So let me say, for those of you that are worried about not doing it right, or can't get started, or even got started and sort of fell off as you were going along, there is no right or wrong way of building a website to promote Amazon products. Now, again, a little disclaimer. If you're going to build a site and you're going to put like duplicate content on there, and you're going to look for links off dodgy sites, or you're just going to do no work with the site and you're looking to just buy links and hope that it's going to rank on Google, again, it's not a wrong way of building a site. It just won't do you much good. So this whole process is, so you get a site, and the way I explain in the course, the Azon Kickstart 2014 course and the Christmas Cash coming up, I'll talk to you about that really briefly. I won't make the video too long, but the way I explain in both of those courses is to have at least 5 pages. I'm going to explain the pages and post bits so it's really clear what I'm doing with the system. Now, if you wanted to change the system round, you can do, of course. If you just wanted to have a site, so let's say this Best Projector for Gaming one, and all we did was just write a post for projectors, gaming projectors, TV projectors, movie projectors, and we just did a post, no pages, we just did a post every day. That would rank. That would rank. The only reason I set out the sites as I do is because you can have your pages here at the top, and then you can have your posts. And on your posts, this is the main thing we're doing with the posts. I will tell you more specifically because I'll show you the difference. But what we're doing with the posts is we're just trying to target the top key phrases. So you'd have the site, and I know this is a lot of stuff I've gone through, but it doesn't hurt to go back to the basics, because some of you, if you're spinning your wheels or feeling, oh, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, here's how we're doing it. The pages will be products. So you get page 1, product 1, page 2, product 2, page 3, product 3. Again, you don't need to do it like that. If you just did posts as the products, that would work too. It will make little difference in the site structure. Well, it will change the site structure, but little difference in how your site is seen. But just for the sake of staying on track with the course, the way I create the sites is page 1, page 2, page 3, and that would be product 1, product 2, and product 3. And the posts are there. Now, they're not actually a home page. What the posts are literally just a post. So you see on this site, if I click here, going back to the main URL, so we end up on the site, and this is a post. This site just has one page and one post, and it's making sales. Okay, so there's not very much content on there, but it's making sales. But the way it works is this here, where I'm hovering my mouse cursor, is a page. If I click on that, it's a page talking about this specific product. And as I sort of fleshed out the site, I haven't done, but if I were to, I would have more pages here, which would in turn be products, and they'd appear at the top here. And when we go back, your posts, so the main reason for the post is so I can target this phrase, best projector for gaming 2014. And I go through some of the points that would make a good gaming projector. Another thing I could do on the post is mention other products. Now, the way I teach in the course is to have 5 pages, and for the sake of just keeping it all in line, 1 post, which is a general key phrase, and 4 products. Because if you're just going to keep the site like that, you may or may not rank. The key to, and I'll explain that in a bit, with the post page, you could add more products on there. Let's say, for instance, and I've just pulled this up here, good niche, let's say you have a soundbar site. Now, I won't go and show you all the soundbars, but you can see some here, and you could also see the swanky new look of Amazon with the black bar. But let's say you have a soundbar site and you have 4 product reviews on there, and your post, you're not sure what to put on there. I mean, you could do a post on best soundbars, but you could put any of the popular products on that post. And what I mean by this, let's say we have a site and we had this soundbar, this one, and this one. Well, there's loads of soundbars, you can see, loads of others. So as part of my post that points through to those products, I could have a post, and just to jump around, but I could have a post like this one. Just go back. I could have a post like this that points to more products. So instead of pointing to the products on the actual site, they point straight through to Amazon. And the reason for that is this. When you have a site, so all you have is like 5 pages of content, and this is worth writing down for your notes. The role of the sites, and again, this is just the way I'm teaching, so you can change this. This is just the way I teach and how I've had success with it. It's well worth writing this down. The role of the sites is to get people through to Amazon to look up reviews and shopping and decide what they want to buy. Now, that's a very important clarification, because when we're building the sites, as I said before, there's no absolute way of telling where you're going to rank. Yes, we can tick all the boxes. Yes, we can pick red hot niches. Yes, we can pick niches with little competition, but there's no 100% way of calling Google on the phone and saying, I tell you what, I'm going to build a site on soundbars and I want you to rank me number 3. That would be brilliant, but because we know that's not going to happen, we don't know if it's going to take us 1 week to rank, or 2 weeks, or 1 month, or 2 months. So the key is this: to build the sites with at least 5 pages, which in this instance is 4 pages and 1 post. And then keep getting the sites out there. And when you get to 10, 20 sites, start updating your sites. You've got stat counter on the sites if you're following through the course, so you can see the traffic coming in, and you need to keep updating. I'm going to have a piece actually on social media coming up and how to use social media to get the sites out there. It's imperative that you promote them until you find one that gains traction, starts getting traffic through, and then you can tell what's selling, and then you can build the sites up into a huge authority site, and then it's the thing to go right through the content and start polishing it up, maybe adding some banners, maybe changing the theme, and start building it into an authority site. But initially, if you spend a lot of time and effort into creating a masterpiece of a site and it doesn't rank, and you keep on adding content to it, and for some reason it doesn't rank, that will, in my opinion, dishearten you and you will give up. Now, that's why it's key that we get these sites out there, and then you notice what niches take off. And the main role, and I say it again because, and I do apologise if I'm going through stuff you know, but I'll say it again, the main role of these sites is getting as many people through to Amazon as possible. And I'll give you a quick demonstration, then I'll give you a quick recap of what we've been through. Okay, so let's say someone lands on this site. So Best Projector for Gaming. They land on the site and they see this site, and there's no sort of beating around the bush, as they say in England. It's not the best looking site. So they know straight away, oh, what's this site? Oh, I want Best Projector for Gaming. This psychologically, like psychological, they're not going to read through all of this content. Some people might, a very small percentage. What they're going to do is scan read it. What's this site? I'm looking on Amazon, or I'm looking for a shopping site, or I'm looking to buy the product. So your site is not there to serve them initially for an information resource. That would be a mistake, because you'd have to build up a massive site that looks the part, has really, really good content, has authority, which again would take a long time. And then, I'll give you an example, look up which.co.uk, and that's actually a site that gives reviews, and you have to pay to be a member. Now, that is a perfect business model. That's another business model. And when you find a niche on Amazon that works really well, I thoroughly recommend that you build up into an authority site and follow a similar business model. Maybe not charge for people reading your reviews, but you can definitely have people going to you as the go-to guy to review coffee makers off Amazon. That's definitely a thing. But initially, to save time, to make money as quickly as possible, your sites are there, so when someone lands on them, to get them through to Amazon as quickly as possible. That's purely what the sites are there. They have content on, so we rank in Google to give them information that they're looking for that sends them through to Amazon. But by no means does the content have to be 100%, even, I dare say, even spell checked, grammar checked. I wouldn't worry too much initially. I'd get the sites up and out there. And I hope that helps you if you're sort of holding back. Well, I'm not a very good writer and I'm not... Get the sites up and out there, and literally, again, I'm not saying cut corners. I'm saying the main thing is to get the sites up and out there. In all the time I've been online, like 15 years now, ClickBank products, I literally release more ClickBank products than most people. Not all people, but than most people, and that's what brought success. Literally getting them up and out there. And not all the products, I dare say, were perfect. The ones that took off, I tweaked and I built up and I kept adding to, and that's when you do it. But if you're trying to go for it's the perfect mistake, as they say. If you go for perfection, that is again, they say it's the saying, the perfect excuse, because you will focus on perfection and you will spend a lot of time, and then if the site doesn't take off, you're sort of left thinking, oh well, what now? And I've sort of spent all my energy and time and this doesn't work, and you go right down. So the main aim of the sites, and I know I'm bouncing around here, but the main aim of the sites is to get people through to Amazon. So back to our example, someone lands on this site and they're not going to read all that. They might click straight on this link. Here we go. So if what's this site about? Best projector for gaming. If you're looking for the ultimate gaming projector, one thing to consider is a gaming. Oh, that's a link. I'll click there. Bang, straight through to Amazon, straight away. So if they're straight through to Amazon now, the chances of them coming back to the site are almost 0%, because my site does not serve any purpose in an authority sense for them to come back. They're not going to go, FugeTech, FG, right, I'm just going to see what this site says and read through it. They may do, but very, very rarely. They're going to go down to the customer reviews. They're going to go to what people are saying on Amazon. And if this is right, you see here on the right hand side and the left, and look at all people saying excellent projector, they're going to go, yeah, that looks like what I'm looking for, add to cart, bang, and then you get commission. So I hope that makes, I know I've sort of gone, it's almost like a broken record, I know I'm sort of drumming it in, but I hope that it gives you some foundation to, one, understand this. You can build the sites how you want. If you have watched through the Kickstart courses, and if you sort of think, well, no, I don't want to build the sites like that, and I don't think that's right, change it. Change it. I'm not, by no means is my way the best way. I'm literally, with all the courses, showing you how I've had success with Amazon products, AdSense products, and promoted over 50 ClickBank products in Google with success. Using exactly the same SEO strategies as this. Fair enough, ClickBank, it's not going to be Amazon products, but the keyword research was the same, and the way I worked was exactly the same, and the theme I used was exactly the same to build up a huge community of ClickBank products. So I'm not saying that it's the best, but I'm saying that it works. I know it works because I use it now. But if you can, even if you sort of listen to this video and you think, well, I want things to be perfect, do it. Do it. I try and, with the courses, I try and make it as simple as possible. So you can go through from maybe not having that much knowledge of building sites to getting a site out there. But so I don't go on and on, let's go over the key points that we've been through. And this is something for your notes. So, firstly, one for the notes, and I'll speed it up. Posts and pages. Your post will tackle relevant key phrases. Obviously you have to do your keyword research, that's the subject of another video, or you can check out some on YouTube. Your posts will target relevant key phrases, or if there's a lot of products in the niche like soundbars, loads of them, about 25 really good soundbars, you can put some other product links going through to Amazon to funnel that traffic through to Amazon, so you get more visitors through to Amazon. And then once the site starts selling, you can add in-depth product reviews of the extra products you've put on the post and link them to those pages. But I recommend that you get the sites up and out there first and get the traffic in and promote them, and then you can start building up. So again, pages for products, posts for general key phrases, red hot key phrases, and also if it's a huge niche, coffee makers, noise cancelling headphones, sound bars, anything that has a lot of products that could be really, really popular. You can add other products in the post that go straight through to Amazon. Also, the second thing that you can write down for these 3 tips, the key of the sites is updating. You will need to update the sites. Now, initially, when you're starting off, if you're watching this and you haven't even built a site, I recommend getting them out there as quickly as possible. Not worrying too much about getting things absolutely right. Just don't cut any corners in terms of bad backlinks or anything like that. Get the sites up and out there, and feel free to post your site here and I'll check it over for you. But that's the main thing, getting the sites up and out there initially, and then seeing through StatCounter or Google Analytics or whatever traffic software you use, seeing what's gaining traction, and then working on them. And then third tip is call to action. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here, my scruffy notes. See, even my notes aren't perfect at all. It would be very hard if I gave you a page to read my writing. It's terrible. But yeah, third tip would be strong call to action. Now I'll quickly explain that because I know this video has gone on a bit long. Right, so call to action can be something as simple as this. Best projector for gaming. If you're looking for the ultimate experience in gaming, one thing to consider is a gaming projector. Now this isn't a call to action, but it's a place, an exit link for them to get through to Amazon. If they click it, they go through to Amazon. I recommend that you have an exit link at the top of most of your posts and pages. You can even say point blank to them, if you don't want to read a review, click here and go through to Amazon. Once they're at Amazon, you have a very good chance, because they landed on your site and they did a relevant keyword search, that they're going to buy from Amazon. So that's one way call to action. Another call to action would be to recommend the product. You can see here I'm using EasyAzon, which is a really cool plugin. But another call to action would be to mention as many things as possible that would give them an incentive to buy the product right now. And here we go. So you look at percentage save, 18% saved, what it's frequently bought with, or even they just go through. Don't copy and paste the reviews because you can't do it anymore, but you could just quickly mention what most people are saying. For an easy to set up projector that's really cheap and cords fit many different devices that you won't have to have a headache with, click here to buy the FugeTech gaming projector. So that's, I hope you got something from that. If you're this video was for people, all people. If you've got no sites, I hope that makes it easier. If you go through those 3 tips, I know it's been a long video. If you've got sites and you're wondering what to do, I hope that makes it easier for you to give you some structure. Again, if you're not happy with that structure, you can change it. There's no right and wrong way. There's not like, there's just my way that I recommend doing it. And I fully suggest that you explore different things. If you think, oh, actually, I'm going to try this. Or, you know, there's loads of different ways. Shopping comparison sites, authority sites. You could build an email list and send out the best offers. You could do discount sites. There's many, many ways of making money with Amazon sites. What the course and what I'm trying to serve you as is to give you the fastest route to making a few sales and give you a really good idea then of the sites that you're going to spend time on and build up. So I hope that made sense. And yeah, let me know if you've got any questions on that. The Christmas stuff's been put back a bit. Literally, because I'm working hard getting people's sites out there. I'm expecting to launch that on Monday, and I'm just going to launch it. You'll see it come through to your email. Rather than keep saying what day that I'm going to launch it, I'm just going to launch it and you'll see it come through. And I will be releasing a few more of these site builder spots at last year's prices to make up for the wait. If you want to jump in quickly, you've got this page here. Where you can jump in and get I'll put this page underneath this video so you can grab a spot if you want a spot and take advantage of Christmas and be in really, really good stead for Christmas. And you can use the sites in New Year as well. I'll show you how to do that. Okay guys, sorry the video went on a bit, but I hope that's given you some really good grounding and some good ideas. And the message I want to convey through the entire video, even though it's gone on ages, is it does not have to be perfect, and the main thing is getting the sites up and out there and promoting them. Okay, cheers guys.